Economist Art Laffer is a former Reagan Economic Policy Advisor and head of Laffer Associates. Good to see you, Art. Thanks for coming in.
Good to see you, David. Thank you.
Would Donald Trump get rid of the deductions that he took advantage of?
Well, you'd have to be a prognosticator to really know whether he will do it or not.
Well, you're
has all
involved
the
in the economic team. I mean, is that what you're advising?
Well, that's what I would advise. I'm not really involved in the economic team around him. That's Larry Kudlow and Steve Moore. But I think he's been saying this all along. I think he's honest about it, and I think he knows how to do it. You need a lower rate, broader-based flat tax and get rid of all these deductions, exemptions, exclusions, loopholes. That is the exact way to go, and he's been talking about that all the way through the primary and now, and I believe he'll do it, and I think it would be a great thing for the country.
Okay, now, Hillary Clinton obviously is criticizing him on this front, saying that this proves how dishonest he is, et cetera, but people forget that the base of her cash hoard, the money that she and her husband have developed over the past 7 or 8 years from speeches and the Clinton Foundation and Lord knows what else, she has put most of that money in these trusts. Aren't trusts developed to avoid the kind of estate taxes that she is recommending increasing?
Yes, they totally are. But let's again talk. David, the real key here is not what they did 5 years ago legally and honestly with the tax codes that existed then. The question is, what will they do? Donald Trump will cut the corporate tax rate to 15%. Hillary Clinton will not do that. Donald Trump will cut the personal income tax rate to 35%. Hillary's going to raise that personal income tax rate. And Donald Trump's going to repeal Obamacare, and Hillary Clinton will not.
But just on reducing the rates, Art, what really needs to be done, it seems to me, and a lot of the political prognosticators say the same thing, you got to cut the deductions. You got to stop the business where 27 of the major corporations of the S&P 500 don't pay any taxes at all. That has to end. Everybody has to pay a smaller percent, but without the deductions, right?
Totally, and it should be on value added. It should not be on profits, for goodness sakes. I mean, it should be on the use of natural resources. That's what it should be. A value added tax of 2 or 3 or 4%. That would be able to more than match all the federal taxes from the corporate tax right now. You're completely right, but we've got to create growth, and that growth is really needed. Now, whether we could do the total reform in the first hour, probably not. Art, but we need to jumpstart it.
Quick question about the vice presidential debate we're about to hear tonight. Both these guys are or were governors, and they have a track record when it comes to taxes.
They do.
Governor Keene gave us $4 billion, or the people of Virginia, $4 billion more in taxes, whereas Governor Pence cut a lot of the taxes. He cut state income tax, he cut the state inheritance tax, and the state corporate tax rate.
He sure
did.
Do
you think that will come into play in the debate tonight?
Well, I sure hope so. I mean, I don't know why Pence wouldn't play the tax card, because that's exactly what he's done. He's done a great job, and these vice presidential debates are fantastic. In fact, just out in the room here is Jimmy Kemp, who was Jack's youngest son. By the way, I remember all of this time. I mean, it's just a wonderful, exciting time to bring these issues up. And as Jack Kemp did in everything he did, he cut taxes, he argued about taxes, he proposed it, and that's the same way with Mike Pence. He's just phenomenal.
Yeah, we miss Jack. He was a good man.
We do miss Jack a lot. Yeah. I mean, he was great. And Jude Winniski, if you remember, David, used to call him the weapon. I mean, he was the guy who went out and sold and did it and understood it and really
before Reagan even. All right, we got to leave it at that.
Sir.
Art Laffer, thank you, my friend. Good to see you.